Back to Besa starts right now on Fox 13. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Back to Besa. I'm your host, Besa Gordon, and per usual, we have a lot to talk about today, so make sure you grab your snacks. This week on Back to Besa, Queen of Converge and Vivid Matter Collective co-founder Takiyah Ward takes us to Understory to check out Moses' son and Barry Johnson's art residency there. Our friends from Ground Zero Radio take us to Totem Star to check out their new studio space. We head over to Langston Hughes for the Griot Party Experience. We get winter fashion tips from my personal stylist, Akia Ronai. Back to Besa contributor TT Frost takes us to the Commons and Federal Way to learn all about Ena'Vative Hair Salon and their mission. We talk about events you should know about and more. But first, it's Hot Topic. Depending on your age, you may not have realized there is a full-on craze for the Stanley bottles, aka Stanley Cup. Right now, if you log on to TikTok and search Stanley Cup, rather than seeing the actual Stanley Cup, which is notably the oldest trophy competed for by professional athletes in North America, dude, you see the Stanley water bottle as it has officially taken over the internet, causing people to wait in lines at Target to get them, and kids to literally be teased at school for not having them. So this mom right here, right? She actually got her 9-year-old daughter this cup from Walmart because her daughter said it was cute. At least until she went to school and the kids teased her for, get this, not having a real Stanley. Check out what this mom had to say.
This is not a Stanley. This is a $9.98 Walmart cup that she said she thought was cute. She is 9 years old. On the second day back to school after Christmas break, she comes home. She's not crying. She's just upset. The girls, all the other girls in her grade, I'm not saying all, maybe she said 9, 10 of them, all got Stanleys for Christmas. And they made sure to let her know that this is not a real Stanley, that this is fake and it's not as cool. So she comes home, she's upset. She asks if she can have a real Stanley. Do I think that a 9-year-old needs a Stanley? No. Do I have one? Yes, I have one. I don't have 50 Stanleys in all different colors. I'm not going to Target and fighting other women or moms to try and get the new Valentine's Day Stanley. I have one. So that being said, before you come at me, if you're a mom, if you're a parent, and you can do something to keep your child from getting made fun of, to help fit in, you're gonna do it. So we went and bought her a 30-ounce Stanley.
Now, in the end, she ended up getting her daughter a Stanley Cup, so that way her daughter isn't getting teased at school and she's able to fit in. But let me say this, before you say, what's the big deal? It's just a cup. Well, back in the day, Beanie Babies were not just Beanie Babies. I remember crying because I couldn't get one time. And also, Pokemon cards were not just Pokemon cards in the 90s. And actually, I'm still kicking myself for not saving mine. However, I will say this. The fact that Stanley water bottles have been around since 1913 and the craze for them is just now hitting the masses lets you know, if you find a way to properly do marketing, you can go from $0 to $1 million real fast. Now, back in 2022, Atlanta rapper Young Thug was arrested on RICO and gang charges in what is now known as the YSL case, okay? Since getting arrested, if it's not weekly, it's literally something going down every single month in this case. Last week, it was the court playing Young Thug's song Lifestyle in court, which of course turned into a TikTok trend of people saying how they would react if they were on the jury or the stand when that song played. And this week, someone from the county jail actually leaked Young Thug's video call with his girlfriend Mariah the Scientist. Now, Drake actually spoke on the leak saying, "This is disgraceful. Is this a criminal case or Atlanta social media promo?" And Meek Mill said, "This is a top-tier lawsuit. Your personal call not supposed to be on the street." What's wild is that if you've been paying attention to the mess that's been going on in this case, you're really not that shocked that something like this would happen. Like, I get it. You know, he's in jail. He doesn't really have privacy like that, and someone's always watching him, but like, damn, can I at least do a video call in peace? What do you think will be the outcome of Young Thug's trial? And do you agree with Drake and Meek Mill? As for the Stanley Cups, well, all I'm gonna say is this. If these cups are making these kids drink more water, who am I to complain? Vivid Matter Collective co-founder and fellow Queen of Converge, Takiyah Ward, brings us a story about prolific Seattle-based artists Moses' son and Barry Johnson as they near the completion of a 2-month tandem residency at the Understory. In case you've never been, the Understory is a public exhibit space that's located at the base of the Amazon Spheres. Amazon reached out to Moses and Barry to hold studio hours there as part of Amazon's latest efforts to uplift the local arts community. Let's see what these two have been up to since the start of their residency.
Welcome to the USS Understory. It feels like a spaceship. When I'm walking up, it's like, whoa, wait, I'm gonna go work. Wait, that's the studio today? And then I have these giant globes, and knowing that all that energy from above is coming right down. You know, we're part of the ecosystem of the entire place. And I think the room being circular creates a sort of path for people where they can kind of pick and choose their own adventure. They can talk to us or not. They can respond to the prompts or not, or they can just sit down and observe.
A lot of artists throughout history kind of work in caves, and a lot of people think about particularly painting is like magic because they're always wanting to get so close to it and say like, how did you do that? And to be able to be in this space daily, they get a couple hundred people that walk through the spheres, more than any show I've ever held in my life. You know what I mean? So it's great to be able to have work that I'm making real time, and to be able to have people from everywhere that kind of stumble into this place that are able to walk up and say, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? And can you tell me about like you?
This time here with Barry has been very cool because Barry and I we're the art brothers.
Yeah. That's bro. You know what I mean? That's my dude. That's my dude. You know what I mean?
We all came together 2020 for the Black Lives Matter protest mural, and then we just taken off ever since. Being within here in the understory right below the Amazon spheres, where there's these living, breathing plants and people populating, going in and out. You know, some people wander in here thinking they're going to the Amazon spheres, and then they're delighted to see, wow, there's something going on here.
It's a big hub for people coming from all over the world. So you get to hear how people in China really get to experience art versus how people in Atlanta are experiencing art versus how people that here in Washington are experiencing art. So it kind of helps me to gather data to let me know like where it is that I'm kind of going with the work and if it's connected. Because I'm trying to make something that has not been done that also pays honor to the people that laid the foundation for me to be here.
I talk to a lot of engineers, and you know, they're very like linear, but once they get into the abstract, they can't turn it off. Oh, now I understand. Oh, I hear music. I see music. That looks very musical. And I'm like, it is, on purpose. My sketches are like writing lyrics for me.
Being here for me is very illuminating. One, to be able to have space that I can share with other folks, to also be able to share space with Moses and talk about his practice, to talk about our collective practice, what we're doing as individuals and as a collective group, but also to show people the power of us. Like, yo, given a little bit of space, given a little bit of oil, given a little bit of latex, acrylic, watch what happens. Create fire.
Yo, some of the art really looks like it's popping off the canvas, okay? I definitely need to go there and see this in person before the residency is over. Big shout out to Takiyah for telling their story and to keep up with Moses and Barry Johnson. Dude, you can follow Moses on Instagram at Moses_son. Visit barryjohnson.com to learn more about Barry, and head over to vividmattercollective.com to learn more about BMC. Last Friday, Marquita Evans stopped by my good sis Trey Holiday's show, The Day with Trey, and while there, Trey announced that Intentions Juice and Smoothie Bar is now the official juice bar of Converge Media. You may remember me stopping by Intentions Juice and Smoothie Bar's Seattle location, where Marquita showed me how to make a smoothie bowl, how they make their avocado toast, and she even told me the secret to making the perfect smoothie. In case you missed it, let's check it out.
Hey guys, Besa Gordon here. Right now we are in Seattle at Intentions Juice Bar with my girl Marquita.
Hello.
How you doing, friend?
Girl, good. Thank you for coming down.
Oh, absolutely. It's right down the street, so this was not a problem. Now, check this out, guys. Today, Marquita is gonna show me how to make a couple things. What are we gonna see today?
Well, we're gonna start with some avocado toast, and then we are gonna get a smoothie bowl and a nice smoothie for you.
Now, you know what? I haven't ate today, so I am here for it. All right, sis, you done brought me into the kitchen. We got some avocado toast going on.
Yes.
Real quick, before we even get started, how do you make sure that your avocado is not going to disappoint you when you cut it open?
by having so many that if it does, you have one that won't.
Okay, that's fair.
It's literally a feel thing. I go by how they feel once we get them out. We buy them by the case, of course. And so I can tell by how hard it is if it's going to be a nice one or if it's going to be one that is going to be a disappointment. So I'll just switch on to the next one. Are you good with some spice?
I love spice.
Okay.
You know my family's from Louisiana.
There we go.
I'm just from here.
We're going to toss some everything bagel on here for you.
Okay. How do you come up with some of your recipes?
Either seeing someone else create or just, no lie, I'll dream about something. I created a smoothie today that I'm actually gonna make for you where I had a dream I wanted to switch something up and add in some blackberries into my mango pineapple. And it actually turned out pretty good. So that's where most things end up coming from.
You know, the ancestors will pull up on you in a dream and be like,
And that's it. Try this out.
okay, you know, like I said, I'm a Seattle girl. This looks amaze balls. Can I eat it?
That's for you.
Yup. Okay, guys, I don't wipe the crumbs off my face because I really was getting down on that toast, if you couldn't tell. That was a bite, by the way. What are we about to do right now?
People always wonder how to make the perfect smoothie. So we're going to show you how to make the perfect smoothie. And it's kind of all about your measurements. So I'm going to have you start with...
You trust me to do that?
I do. I do. Because it's simple, I promise.
Okay.
So we're going to pour 6 ounces of the orange juice in. I got it facing you right here. Pour 6 ounces of your orange juice in. And this is for our peach, orange, and berry smoothie bowl. And then I'm gonna have you pour this in. This is everything that's gonna be in your bowl. That one we have some peaches, blackberries, blueberries, and bananas. I am also going to have you help me make, I haven't named this one yet. It just came to me in my dreams.
Okay.
This one is going to be our mango pineapple, but we're gonna add some blackberries to that one. So we are gonna make a 16-ounce smoothie. For that, I need you to pour me 10 ounces of juice. And so then we're gonna pour this one in there as well. This is mango pineapple, and I added a twist and put blackberries in there. So then we're gonna cap these guys off and we're gonna put those in those wonderful blenders over here. Perfect. Let's drop the tops.
Well, all right then. Okay.
There it goes. All right.
This is the bowl.
This is your bowl, and you get to dress your bowl by yourself too.
I get to be prepared.
Yes. We have your walnuts, granola, flaxseed, and some chia seeds.
Dude, everything that we've had today has been amazing. We got our smoothie. We have our, smoothie bowl. Avocado toast was so good, I had to share it. Shoot, if someone's trying to find you, let them know exactly where you're at.
You can find us at 219 12th Avenue South in Seattle or at intentionsjuicebar.com.
Awesome. Well, shoot, thank you, Marquita, for letting me come in your kitchen.
Yes.
Make my little kid bowl. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna finish on my juice, eat my little kid bowl, because you already know it's gonna be good anyways. And of course, make sure you guys pull up to Intentions Juice Bar.
Hi, I'm Marquita Evans. Welcome to Intentions Juice and Smoothie Bar.
I kid you not, I've been making avocado toast just like that ever since. I even bought some of that all bagel seasoning stuff she used. Be sure to stop by the Seattle and Tacoma location, and when you go, ask them about their wellness shots there. I thought I was getting sick the other day, so I stopped by the Seattle location, grabbed a turmeric one and a ginger one, and definitely felt amazing the next day. You can learn more about Intentions Juice and Smoothie Bar by visiting intentionsjuicebar.com. We're off to our first commercial break, but when we come back, we're tapping in with Ground Zero Radio to learn all about Totem Star. You're watching Back to Besa. welcome back to Besa. You may remember when producer Cesar Canizales stopped by the Griot Project to interview Ground Zero Radio, a youth-led radio station whose goal is to connect local communities, amplify youth voices, and inspire new leaders. Well, after meeting the team of GZ Radio for the first time, I just knew we would work together somehow. So I'm happy to announce that GZ Radio will be joining us once a month right here on Back to Besa as they continue to do what they do best, tell stories and amplify youth voices. This week, Ground Zero Radio's Lucia Flores Wiseman brings us a story she produced about Totem Star, a new studio that is down in the King Street Station area that is free and open for youth ages 14 to 25. Now, I have to mention, Lucia didn't do this alone. She was joined by the production crew of Kylie Rowland and Riley O'Brien, which I just love because it was an all-female crew. Let's take a moment to learn more about Totem Star.
Kitty's Fecto, an artist mentor, showed me around the new Totem Star location. There are 4 state-of-the-art recording studios and endless opportunities to learn instruments, songwriting, recording, mixing, anything you'd like.
Totem Star has always been free. Totem Star was founded on the love of making music happen for musicians, for artists, for those that are curious.
I started doing songwriting sessions and recording sessions and all these things with Matt or Sabu, who works here. We've recorded almost 3 albums are done now.
Speed lyrics. This is great lyrics. Okay.
So many of us, all we really want is to be actually known for who we are.
I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to listen to what you want to do, and I'm there to amplify what you want to put out into the world.
And I think art and music is such a powerful way to both behind some level of a shield and a mask, and also so intimately to ask somebody to know you.
All right, we are here in Studio C. This is what it would be like if you were recording your own song. I'm here with Amy Hall. She's going to be engineering this little song for me, and maybe you can record your song too.
Make me a promise that you'll never keep. Feed me a spoonful of nothing to eat, 'cause I don't expect anything.
I am an artist mentor here at Totem Star, and I am also now doing programs coordinating. A lot of what I do is recording some of the artists and also doing some songwriting. Every time a new idea comes up and both of you are like, ooh, that's really good, we have to keep that. I think that's the most exciting part of helping people make music. When I first joined, everyone was super accepting of me, and everyone can just come as you are.
It's kind of incredible to think that this whole thing, this whole Totem Star thing, it just came from, it really came from the universe in a lot of ways. That's why we're here. We're here to make life better for others. We're here to make music that helps connect people to their deepest emotions and memories that help make their day better.
This is great because if you've ever had to rent out studio time, you know how pricey that can be. So for youth ages 14 to 25 to have a space that they can go to and make their music without money being a barrier is honestly a beautiful thing. You can book free sessions online at totemstar.org. As for our friends over at Ground Zero Radio, you can keep up with them at groundzeroradio.org. Also, by the way, Lucia will be headlining her first concert ever over at High Dive in Fremont on February 4th. So make sure you stop by and show her some support. We're off to another commercial break, but when we come back, we are off to Langston Hughes for the Griot Party Experience. to Besa. The Griot Party Experience, a hip-hop spoken word storytelling theater produced by Logic Amen, recognizes the footprint that Black, Cooper Brown, and Indigenous people have left in the Central District of Seattle and seeks to honor their contributions. On Saturday, January 13th, the Griot Party Experience provided a platform for people to share their stories and reaffirm their humanity at Langston Hughes, as the event also celebrated 50 years of hip-hop in Seattle. Check out how it all went down.
A vibration. Sound is more than you can hear. It is something you feel.
It is something you feel.
Vibrations are feelings and emotions. Once you hear something, you can never unhear it. Sound gets programmed in your mind. Your mind becomes your eyes, and you hear in silence.
Where the pride and ethnocentrism, the joy and smells of Blackness.
And that carbon became chlorophyll and melanin.
And the reflections and manifestations of chlorophyll and melanin created the sound of seeds growing into trees.
I'm not raising you to be like them. That's why you can't do the things that they're doing. I'm raising you to be different.
The branches and leaves tag team with the wind, spreading pollen that grows into pastures of forests.
You ain't felt it like I felt it. Despite your intentions, it's what I'm left with. A heart that's scarred and the memory wounded. You get caught up and you gon' end up losing.
Friends turned into enemies. But what good is pride if you dying inside? Deception caused anger. You thought I died, but I'm still alive. I survived.
I got my stock up, put the block up, so I don't worry about the pop-up.
See, fake like the mask and drama majors. Latest hit the scraper on the block, yeah, baby.
But when it comes to healing, do it with community people. Do it for the children.
The sound of our ancestors lives through us.
The sound of our ancestors lives through us.
But the story of my friend, Elijah Lewis, now that gave me chills. It stole straight swole my heart. Brother Elijah was a gunless soldier, a gentleman, a mentor, an entrepreneur, very young, incredibly smart.
They were alchemists, not just in the culinary sense, but in life.
The Griot Party Experience is rooted in feel, heal, build, and grow. We need to relearn how we feel so we can know how to heal better, to build community so we can grow into the greatness of the Creator within.
Dude, this event was a whole vibe. The energy that hit the stage that day honestly made getting out the house, braving the cold weather, and every single goosebump I had on my arms worth it. In case you didn't make it to this one, head over to thegriotparty.com to keep up with their up-and-coming event. Alrighty, we're off to another commercial break, but when we come back, we are joined by my stylist, Akia Ronai, to get some tips on winter fashion. Welcome back to Besa. I'm your host, Besa Gordon, and if there's one thing I've been doing these days, it's finding ways to stay warm, okay? After freezing temperatures hit Seattle the other week, I thought it was time to talk about some fashion options for keeping warm while still looking good. So, I called my personal stylist, Akia Ronai, to come down to the Black Media Matters studio to show us some fashion trends that not only look good, but also keep us warm. Let's check it out. It's that time of year when it's going to be chilly in the Pacific Northwest for a couple of months as we continue to grab our biggest jackets and most comfy hats to stay warm. But who said you can't be warm and make it fashion? Today we are joined by personal stylist and image consultant Akia Ronai, who has also been behind some of your most favorite outfits of mine these days. Well shoot, let's grab our models and let's see what fashion outerwear that we have for today.
Okay, cool. All right, Besa, our first look that I have out is Anaya rocking this beautiful tropical bloom puffer jacket by Avec Les Fils.
We love a tropical moment.
Right, especially in the winter.
No, absolutely, especially out here in the PNW, we need that.
And yeah, I just love it. The inside of it is pinstripe.
It's a total vibe, like that, like you said, it's flowers, it's warm, it's comfy, it's fashion, it's cute.
Yes.
It's definitely something I need in my closet.
Absolutely, thanks Anaya. All right, our next look by D'Amico. He's got on this UGG sweatshirt puffer piece, which I love. You can wear this anywhere, I think. Definitely day-to-day to school. It's water repellent for us here in the Pacific Northwest.
Everyone that don't like the umbrella.
He's weather ready. He's weather ready. Thank you, DJ. All right, next up, we've got Nikki. She's rocking this bold pattern faux fur shag jacket by Karl Lagerfeld, and I love how it's paired with this.
I'm loving the mismatch patterns, like,
yes,
because they work. You know, like some don't work. This works.
Thank you, Nikki. Okay, next up, this is one of my favorites. Raymond, come on out. He's wearing this dope Obey Sherpa abstract floral print jacket fleece.
This color purple is just amazing.
I love the coffee and lavender, and that's a trend that we're seeing this season. We're seeing pastels, what we usually see in the spring. But what you do is you pair your pastels with your darker color.
And then it balances out.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, it's soft, but it still looks very masculine.
Yeah.
So I encourage more men to, you know, step out the box, put some flower up on, put some pastels on. It works.
A little pink never hurt anybody.
Right. Thank you, Raymond. Next up, we have Marie in this super duper dope disco puffer jacket by Shoreditch Ski Club. And I love it with this like baklava hooded piece. Pull that up real quick and show them that. That's a whole nother vibe.
That just turns into a whole different moment.
Absolutely. Thank you, Marie. All right, last but not least, we got a mother-daughter duo here. We've got Nessa and Imani giving us more texture. Imani, she's got on this beautiful faux feather jacket in like, this is like a bluish gray.
Oh, cute.
Right, it's hooded. She's got her little beret on, but she's giving us all the sass. I like that smile. And Nessa, I'm loving this puffer jacket.
That is such elevation.
Right, I love the half sleeve, and it's got the built-in knit at the end. That's all one piece.
What?
Yeah, she looks fabulous doing it, right? That's the key. That's what we want. Loving it. You guys killed it. Thank you.
All right, you guys, you just saw some amazing winter fashion trend.
Thank you.
I'm not sure which one my favorite was. It might have been the last one with the mom and daughter. I think I really, really liked that cream, all cream outfit. It was warm, it was sleek, it was elevated. What was like maybe your favorite look today?
But I love a monochromatic look. So yeah, and that was dope. Nishi's look, like I shared with you, I love mixed prints, mixing up textures. I think it just makes your outfit interesting and, you know, gives it up. It separates you from, you know, the rest of it.
Okay, well, shoot, before we get out of here, is there anything else that you want the people to know about yourself or even fashion?
Hit me up. Follow me on IG. Go to my website, Akia Ronai. If you're interested in getting styled up, I'd love to work with you.
Awesome. Well, shoot, Akia, I cannot wait to have you back on the show. We should definitely have you on here at least quarterly so that way we can get these outfits right.
Yes.
You guys make sure that you keep up with her on her website at akiaronai.com. In the meantime, between time, you already know what I'm going to say. I want to thank you all for watching. Definitely stay warm, but keep it fashion. And of course, friend, keep that energy high.
Hopefully you got some ideas to freshen up that winter wardrobe. I know I sure did. That puffer jacket that Marie had on was a whole moment, and I definitely need to add that to my coat closet. Big shout out to Akia for putting these styles together. And to learn more about Akia and her services, visit akiaronai.com. It's time for another break, but when we come back, we're off to Federal Way to check out a new Black-owned hair salon called Ena'Vative. You're watching Back to Besa. You ever just take a serious moment to reflect on your life and see how far you've come, and more importantly, where you're going? Well, this weekend, believe it or not, I finally had a day off. Crazy, right? Doesn't happen often. And decided to hop on the Washington State Ferry to Bainbridge Island and find my thoughts while gazing back at our Emerald City. This journey called Back to Besa has been a whirlwind to say the least. But as I reflect back on nearly 20 episodes and over 100 stories, yes, can you believe it's been over 100 stories since our launch on July 1st? I realize what a very special position I am in to uplift you and our community. To uplift your stories, your joys, your pains, your passions, and your future. And not just here in Seattle, but in Tacoma, Portland, Spokane, and even Boise. Please believe, I don't take this position that I hold, nor your trust and viewership lightly. And just know that I am still that roundaway girl from the Central District, chasing her dreams and trying to help as many people as I can along the way. Reflecting, it feels good to see how far back to Besa has come. Gazing into the future, I am so optimistic as to where we will go together. Thank you for your support. Welcome back to Besa. Let's be honest, finding a hairstylist takes work. Between searching online, asking your friends and family where they go, dude, it can be a little draining to find someone to keep you looking good and on point. Well, a new Black-owned hair salon recently opened in the Federal Way Commons Mall called Ena'Vative. It's owned by Ena'Vative, and they offer the usual cosmetology services such as hair, nails, makeup, but they are also dedicated to a training-based structure through their program Level Up Beauty Bootcamp by Ena'Vative, which offers a variety of courses that will assist licensed and unlicensed students in the core elements of basic fundamental hair care. Our producers TT Frost, Lavoy Cooks, and Francisco Lopez stopped by Ena'Vative to help tell their story.
My name's Ina Robinson. I'm owner of Ena'Vative Hair Studio. I grew up in Seattle, Washington. I went to Rainier Beach High School. I ended up pursuing cosmetology after being a pharmacy A-Tech. I had a long stretch with creative things. I met a lot of fashion designers. It was downtown Seattle, and so my interests grew as I was able to go around and meet more people in that part of the industry. At Ena'Vative Hair Studio, we are a training-based salon. That portion of the salon encompasses stylists that are upcoming and stylists who are already established that may need a little bit more assistance with the foundations of hairstyling. With my experience in the industry being pretty broad as far as pageantry and on-set styling and New York Fashion Week, those are also opportunities that are offered here, and so that's what I mean by training-based. So I offer classes, foundational classes in hairstyling, hair cutting, coloring, all of the basics to help them to be able to be prepared for if they want to actually be their own business or work for someone else. And then I also offer training in pageantry and opportunities with New York Fashion Week. I've done New York Fashion Week, New York. I've done North American Fashion Week. I've done African American Fashion Week, all which are Seattle-based. And so my experience in that has afforded me to be able to bring others along. I was an educator. Cosmetology educator is another part of what I do. And so with that, when I was doing it, this maybe about 5-6 years ago, I was able to connect in the community with a lot of high schools and even be able to present Franklin High School, a school here in Federal Way who actually is coming to visit in 2 weeks to see what it is that cosmetology is about, to see if it's something that they want to be involved in. We do provide makeup, hair, nails, and so it would be trainings in the foundations of those, which would help them to be able to solidify and move on into either independence or just working in another salon and enhancing their skills. And then I also have partners who are doing beauty industry boot camps and that kind of thing, who's on the similar or doing something similar that I am, that I'm connected with, that we still help out with high school or those starting out, those who've already been in it, that just need the mentorship. The most rewarding part about my job is the interaction with the clients that I have and the relationships, the organic relationships actually that I build with them, because it takes me beyond just being a hairstylist.
I love that Ina Robinson has created a space not only for her services, but also for those on the rise in the hair industry to sharpen their skills. You can learn more about Ena'Vative and Ina Robinson by visiting innovativehair.glossgenius.com. It's time for us to jump into another commercial break. But when we come back, we're talking about events happening around the city you need to know about. Welcome back to Besa. It's time for events to know about, where I tell you about all the dope events happening around the city you don't want to miss. First up. Now, come first week of February, we are going to be talking about all of the Black History Month events going on. So I definitely wanted to get some of these concerts out now. February 1st, Jamila Wood is going to be over at Numos. We already talked about this last week, but friendly reminder, on the 3rd, Oblé Reed is going to be at Barboza. And if you missed my interview with him, definitely check out last week's episode. Lucia Flores Wiseman is going to be at High Dive. And we talked about this earlier in the show. Of course, Lucia is the one that produced the Totem Star segment for our buddies over at Ground Zero Radio. Also, Eric Bellinger, dude, he's going to be at the Showbox. I think I might have told you guys about this one before, but it's always very important to remind you when we start getting close to the date, okay? February 12th, Mick Jenkins is at Numos. February 18th, Bryce Vine will be over at Showbox Soto. Now, February 22nd through the 25th, Seattle Garden Show is over at Climate Pledge Arena. Now, I know that might sound a little random, but let's be honest, food is mad expensive. So if you have a green thumb, you might want to start that garden now. Looks like Trixie Mateo is going to be at Crystal Ballroom in Portland on February 23rd. Pink Sweats is going to be at the Showbox on the 24th of February. On the 25th, J Boog will be at Showbox Soto. March 9th, Bad Bunny is over at Climate Pledge Arena. March 30th, Monster Jam is at Lumen Field. Look, I missed it last time. I'm definitely not trying to mix it this time. And then April 6th, I know it's a little further ahead, but Red Bull Lords of the Floor is at Lumen Field. I'm telling you this now because these sell out really fast. That's it for this week's events to know about. If you know of an event I should shout out next week, send an email with the event details to backtobesa@whereweconverge.com. We're off to our last commercial break, but when we come back, it's time for Affirmation of the Week. Welcome back to Besa. I'm your host, Besa Gordon, and if you're new to the show, each week we like to end the show with an affirmation. This week's affirmation is, I don't compare myself to others. The only person I compare myself to is the person I was yesterday. And as long as the person I am today is even the tiniest bit better than the person I was yesterday, I'm meeting my own definition of success. The thing about social media is that it has its pros and cons, right? Some pros are that you are able to keep up with your friends and family while also keeping up with your favorite celebrities. But on the other hand, you're also able to see how others live and begin to compare yourself and your life to theirs. The issue with comparison is that it will have you buying things and doing things just to keep up with people you don't even know. Dude, when I was in high school, girls were not walking around with 40-inch weaves and handbags. But guess what? The girlies on Instagram and TikTok do. What we all have to remember is that when you're comparing yourself to someone else, you don't know their whole story. You only know what they show the world and frankly what they tell you. Life is truly a journey, and if each day you do something your future self will thank you for, you're always going to be winning because the only person you're in competition with is the old version of you. Now that's it for this week's episode of Back to Besa. I hope you all enjoyed this week's show. Of course, if you have anything you want me to know about, shoot me an email at backtobesa@whereweconverge.com. That can be a business you want me to highlight, an upcoming event, or even someone within our community that I should know about. Whatever, whomever, you already know. I can't wait to hear from you. Now, also, don't forget, you can catch me right here in Seattle on Hits 106.1. Yeah, you see that. Weekdays, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And in Portland, Saturdays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Jammin' 107.5. Until next week, thank you for your support of Back to Besa. And as usual, have an amazing rest of your day. And of course, keep that energy high.